Hey guys, it's Bastian time, and welcome to Let's Play Zelda Classic, Bastian's third quest. I'm your host, Bastian, of course, and what this is, you might be surprised because I haven't said anything about this until now, but the reason for this is because you might know that currently I'm doing a Let's Play of Secret of Mana 2, also known as Second Densetsu 3, with a couple friends, and unfortunately our schedules were such that we were not able to record those sessions last night. We weren't able to get together, so there are no new episodes this week. So I needed something to go up on these 2 days. I guess nothing could have gone up on these 2 days, but I felt like, it's probably for the best if something goes up. And one of the things that you guys, several of you suggested was I had mentioned that I had done a Zelda Classic quest, and, well, several Zelda Classic quests. Now, for those not familiar with Zelda Classic, what it is a program that allows you to create a Zelda 1 styled game. And as the program has evolved, they've added more functionality to it, so it goes a bit beyond Zelda 1, but not really so far as, like A Link to the Past or anything as robust as that. It's still deeply entrenched in the design styles, the engine style of Zelda 1. You, of course, can use new graphics that look like even something from Wind Waker, but the items and enemies and the way it's structured and programmed is still extremely Zelda 1 style. And the program itself comes with what they call a third quest as well as a a third quest as well as a fourth quest. But and a lot of people have created their own third quests, because you'll know after you complete The Legend of Zelda, you're presented with Nintendo's second quest. When playing these third and fourth quests that people have made, I really felt like they're good, but they're not quite like what you would find Nintendo to have created. So I wanted to create something using the rules, basically, that Nintendo set for things like the overworld has to be basically identical with only a few screen changes. Things like the only differences really should be that the dungeons are all brand new and the locations for those dungeons are mostly new, and the way that you discover them are new, but that's it. That the rooms, the layout of the rooms should be pretty much the same. I allowed myself to create a few new room types, things like that. But really I wanted to keep it as if Nintendo themselves had created this third quest right after they created the second quest. So anyways, I think I'll go ahead and maybe post, if you guys want, post one of these videos a week and maybe one of the Second Densetsu videos a week, just so that we always have one of both. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. But anyways, let's get right into it. I actually had already tried playing this yesterday, and well, first of all, this second room, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Of course, I put that in the exact same place. Again, I tried to adhere as closely to the rules that Nintendo set up as far as what things are changed, and really that's basically just the dungeons and a few screens of the overworld. And then, of course, the locations of all the dungeons are completely different. And, all the secrets, like, if you burn this bush, you find this thing. Those are all changed, of course, as well. And I really don't remember, because I created this like 5 years ago or something like that, so I really don't remember where the heck anything is, to be honest with you. So it's almost like I'm playing a brand new game. But anyways, I started recording this yesterday, and it was going fine, but then I came to the second room of the first dungeon, and it was brutal. It was basically impossible. I'll point out what exactly I had originally done that just made it completely impossible with only 3 hearts. I mean, I'm actually doing really terrible right now as it is. So then I edited the quest. Of course, I put the first quest in the first dungeon in the same location as it appears in the first quest and the second quest that Nintendo released, because that's the rule they set up. I guess the first dungeon should always be in the same the same place. But of course, the dungeon itself is completely different. So here's the second room that I was... Oh no, whoops. I guess I meant third room when I was saying second room. Let's get that compass really fast. Oh my gosh, I've already got beeping hearts. That's embarrassing. Yeah. I mean, actually, this room is pretty freaking difficult as it is for just being the first room out. But, so now we come to the room that I felt was... Oh, no, this room is fine. I guess it's the room after this. Yay, boomerang. Yeah, it's definitely this room. So, as you'll see, in this room, we've got 2 Gorias, and then originally, those statues were all shooting fireballs, which doesn't sound that bad, but I died 7 times. I could not get through it, so I was like, well, this is a boring Let's Play because I keep dying, and it's basically impossible, so I edited it to remove the breathing fireballs, because really, the 3rd or 4th room or whatever, killing me 7 times, that's a bit crazy. Maybe it's just that my Zelda skills suck these days, my original Zelda 1 skills, but I doubt that's the case. I felt like this was pretty cleverly designed because, you know, a Dark Nut already in the very first dungeon, but it's just one Dark Nut and there's all of this stuff, so like if you, you know, you should be able to kill him just fine. So anyways, I recorded a whole bunch, and then I was having some technical difficulties the whole entire time. I didn't know. I don't know why it didn't occur to me until today. But at the time, I could not for the life of me figure out how to set it up so that the program that I'm recording with, well, it's not the program's fault, but basically set it up so that I could set the computer up so that I couldn't hear myself. Basically, I kept hearing myself talk, and it was distracting. There was this horrible echo, and I couldn't figure out how to make it go away, and I tried Googling it, and to no avail. Nobody had any suggestions. There were all kinds of hilarious suggestions that had nothing to do with anything, and anyways, I eventually gave up and just trudged along. And then when I listened back to it after the fact, I was like, "Oh my gosh, it was just terrible." So I figured it out this morning how to fix that. So I'm starting from scratch. So like I said, I tried to adhere as much as possible to the rules Nintendo set up. Now, basically, there aren't that many different types of rooms between the first and the second quest. This one is brand new. I tried to limit myself to only create like maybe 1 or 2 new rooms per dungeon or so. New types of arrangements of blocks and things, and I tried to make it very, very symmetrical seeming and such. I mean, also, Nintendo probably wouldn't have put this stream thing here. You'll notice that because this dungeon is surrounded by water, I kind of put a little watery theme through it, but oh well. Anyways, we can't cross that because we don't have a stepladder, so let's go in here. Hey, it's an old man. Seek the mossy tree in the northeast. So, you know, in the original Legend of Zelda, you would have no idea where the heck the new dungeon entrances were, except for cryptic clues such as that. So now we know that Dungeon 2 is in the mossy tree in the northeast. I did remember where to push that block. I can just imagine that that's going to confound some people, but maybe they'll find it easily. I mean, usually the blocks that you press are usually in this kind of area in the original Legend of Zelda. Hey, I can cross the stream thing now and get the key, which will just unlock the door that that locked me out. But now I can cross here and get this key. I don't really need to kill that Dark Nut. I've got full health and stuff, but it's awfully fun. The reason why I put Dark Nuts in the first dungeon is because you can do fun things like this, like going across than just shooting them with your sword beam. Or if you don't have a sword beam, you can really just stand like here and attack them and they can't hurt you at all. And so for the first boss, I don't know, maybe this isn't something Nintendo would have done. I decided to allow myself to be a little inventive and just put a bunch of three blue dark nuts in here instead of Aquamentus. And then of course to follow that water theme through, and the whole idea that you can then stand over here and attack them and they can't get you. I mean, if you had no sword beam at this point, if you had lost a heart or whatever, you could just stand here and stab at them. And then they still can't hurt you. Yay, heart container. Okay, so that's basically it for this first episode. Stay tuned. I'm not sure exactly when these episodes are going to air, because I haven't figured that out yet, but stay tuned for episode number 2. Should be arriving pretty shortly. See you then, guys. Bye.